Hi there. My name's Tommy, and welcome to my podcast. Uh, I'm going to just jump right into it. Gonna skip the intros. That's what this is kind of for. Um, I'm just gonna put something out into the world, and then we'll go from there. Kind of just This is definitely gonna be a rough cut. I'm saying that just from the start. That's my disclaimer. I'm just gonna run through. I'm probably gonna go about. I don't even want to put a time on it. We're just gonna see how long I go for this first kind of episode or um, first episode, um, and we'll go from there. So, just a quick kind of. I've had like a lot of ideas popping up in my head. And I just wanted to just put this out there into the world. I think I'm repeating myself, but we'll just keep going with it. I wrote down a few things. In future, I guess, installments, I'm definitely gonna have a lot more planned out. I kind of want this to kind of form organically and naturally, and kind of we'll just see how things kind of level out. Um, I I do listen to a few podcasts on my own. And the thing that I want to make sure, I guess, from the very start is to be real. And kind of like what I mean by that, um, real versus surface level. So there's a lot of instances where people can, you know, have a podcast or um, put out like a video on social media, um, and there's different ways that you can approach things, but I do want to go in and just talk about the deep stuff, not just skim over surface level and kind of be PC about the things that I talk about. I really just want to dive in and just get into the nitty gritty. You know, maybe even bring up some, you know, past traumas, things like that. Just really get into it. I know that got dark for a second, but we'll go from there. This idea like popped into my head just after the new year. So I'm recording this on January 5th, 2023, and I want to be consistent. I don't know. Something's just telling me that this needs to happen. Um, whether I keep up with it, we'll see. But we'll just go from there. As for a name, I don't want to put it out there on the record just yet. Just because I need to see, you know, different things if they're available, like handles and different things like that. So most likely, once this is already out there, this will be named, and then I'll be able to give like a good intro in my next kind of installment. But I do have kind of an idea. I just need to see because I do know. I was discussing this with my brother to see if he wanted to join in on this. So we'll see if that ends up happening. If not, it might just be a one-man show. Um, that being said, I should probably jump into, I guess, just a little bit about myself before I kind of jump into what I wanted to talk about. Um, like I said, my name's Tommy. Um, I currently live in Los Angeles, and I work full time. Um, I moved away from my family, I would say a little bit over 2.5 years ago. I've been living on my own, um, and I've learned a lot. I will say I definitely have a lot of, I guess, advice to give for people that do want to make that transition or jump from like living at home to, you know, living on your own, living elsewhere, living in a city, um, and different things like that. So we can get into that in future things, or even today. We'll see. I don't know where this is gonna take me, but we'll go from there. And that's pretty much it for the intro, I guess, or as much as I want to go into for that. Um, it is, it's really early in the morning. I don't know why. I don't know why I woke up at like, honestly, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, a.m. today. Um, I think I like fell asleep. My lights were still on. I woke up and I was like, what is going on? Um, and then I remembered that I made dinner in my Instapot. I've been loving my appliances lately, and I left it in there. So I was like, oh no, like there was like leftovers. So I wanted to make sure that I stored those as soon as I could. So like as soon as I got up, I was like, I need to go and put those in the fridge. So I ended up doing that. Um, and speaking of appliances, I recently got a I got two things recently that I wanted to cover and talk about. I don't know, just randomly, just because they've already changed my life. So first is my one of my appliances. I will say the brand, even though this is not sponsored whatsoever, but maybe in the future we'll see. But I got a Breville espresso maker, like coffee maker machine, and I ended up setting it up just because I was already up, and there was, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm wired, even without drinking espresso at that moment. But I needed something to do, so I got it out of the packaging, I cleaned it, set it up, and then I made my first espresso with that double shot, and it came out great. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I want to keep using it, so we'll see. There's a lot of new things that I'm starting, but I do like the idea of not having to spend upwards of 6, 7, 8, maybe even more dollars on, you know, a coffee drink from a coffee establishment. Even though I do like that, I do like that, not aesthetic, but I do like that experience of going into a coffee shop. There is actually, I like going into local ones. There was one that I was going to for a while, and then start to get to know the people that work there. I love that kind of connection. I wish there was one closer to where I live so I could just walk. But that is not the case. Not the case where I live. But speaking of like, that just made me think. It's been so rainy. I think there's like a storm going on. Like I've been seeing that San Francisco's flooded and things like that. Thoughts and prayers definitely go out to the people out there that are affected. It's crazy. I can't even imagine. But I've been here for over 2.5 years. It's never rained like this ever. It's honestly crazy. I just did like a bunch of laundry, and my sheets were super wet, and I put my sheets outside, and I was like, there's no way it's gonna keep raining like this. Like, there's no way. Like, so I put them out there. I'm like, it's gonna be dry. Like the day before, clear skies, like normal Los Angeles weather, and then so I live with a few people in a house, and one of my housemates texted me, and they were like, "Hey, like, is your sheet outside? It's literally raining." And I was like, "Oh," like I had literally forgot about it. They were still wet. I didn't want to put them. I was super weird. I didn't want to put them in the dryer. They were really wet. Like I put on like a deep wash setting in like on my washing machine, and they were just super wet. So I didn't want to put it in the dryer because that dryer has broken before. So I didn't want to put it in and then re-break it and not be able to like do laundry and have to go to a laundromat, which would be crazy. But yeah, that's my story. It's never rained like this. Like I'm I've been like, I feel like I've woken up in and this was before 2023. So like around like the beginning of December, um, I feel like I finally woke up. I, I don't know how to describe that better than just how I just did. Um, but it almost feels like an awakening. I feel like I've just been, I'm trying to think of the word for it, but I feel like I've just been kind of floating through. Oh, um, not like consciousness, and obviously like I've gained consciousness prior to 2023 or December 2022, but it just feels like more so now. Um, it just feels more so now. Um, I, I'm a huge planner and different things like that, but and I write down a lot of the stuff that I want to do, what I want to accomplish, what I want to even buy or get or just do in life in general. And I don't know, this past month and then even now in the beginning of January, I feel like there's just so much to do, like bucket list wise um, or just different things like that. I just feel like I finally awaken, and I'm just ready to accomplish my goals. That's definitely the goal. I don't think I said it, but Happy New Year, everyone. I think I don't think 2023 is gonna be the best year we've ever had, but it I think it's a stepping stone. There's been a lot of crazy things going on in the world. I think this year, at least for me, how I'm framing it is just like a stepping stone into bigger and better things. I don't know why. Call it intuition, call it craziness, but I think 2024 is definitely going to be like a better year. I know where we just only started this year, but that's how I'm kind of picturing it. I'm picturing 2023 as kind of just a stepping stone into bigger and better things, and then I believe 2024, at least just in general, is going to be out of this world. But I'm focusing up on this year right now. I know we have still a year to go before anything else. Um, but yeah, that's the main thing that I wanted to say about that. Um, if you can hear grumbling, I don't know why my stomach is grumbling. um, oh, that being said, I know I mentioned this is like a super rough cut. This is just going to be an all the way through type of thing. So we'll kind of see, the cadence of how I'm talking, the audio, and then as this kind of progresses into a more regular thing, and then I'll kind of see what I can do about, uh, you know, I don't know, better audio equipment, just making this kind of more streamlined and more polished. But right now it's just rough. I want to just jump into it, and that kind of brings me to my next thing. Like crossing off things off my list as I'm going. Uh, the list that I planned out before, and this was like I planned it in like 2 minutes, so bear with me. But that kind of brings me to my next thing that I want to talk about. So, like I kind of mentioned before, I'm a huge planner. Uh, I think it's considered type A. I'm in the. I feel like I'm in the middle. I aspire to be a type A. I hope that's the um, right one. Type A type of person, very organized, very intentional about what I'm doing, and that's kind of what my next main point was, is like action versus planning. So a lot of the things that I've wanted to start up, at least creatively or just endeavors, there's been just a lot of talk. And there's something my mom always says, and it's like, um, don't just chat about it, do it. You know, put your thoughts into action. And I feel like that's an area in my life that I really, really struggle. I'm able to kind of plan things out, put them on paper, but executing has been a main point of, not contention, that's not the right word, I don't think, just a sore spot uh, for, you know, myself in general. Like, there's just a lot of things that I want to do, but just putting them into motion, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, I'm not able to follow through. Um, and I'm acknowledging that. I'm putting that out there right now, just to say that that is a problem, and that's one of the things that I do want to fix. Going into this year, and I'm glad I kind of started putting things into motion prior to 2023. Like, I took December. I actually visited my family, and that's kind of, it gave me some time off of one work, and then also I got a chance to not rekindle, but just see my family and kind of spend some time with them. But it also gave me a reset. So I encourage people to take time off. I think it does wonders. I know we can kind of get stuck in the things that we're doing in our day-to-day lives, but we need a chance to hit the reset button sometimes. And it's just important. And I think that really allowed me to just reset, get my ducks in the row, as they say, and just really kind of set myself up for success going into this new year, rather than, writing down all of these goals for 2023 and not starting anything until the first, right? I've been putting things and being intentional about what I'm doing prior to the new year starting, so that I'm already in these good habits before I jump into the year. I know we're already into the new year. So again, if this is not anything close to what, if there's anyone out there listening, you guys are doing, then if it's not anything close to what you guys are doing, I definitely don't feel bad. The best course of action, at least for me, at least for the way that I've been doing it, is just start. Do anything. Like, some advice that I saw somewhere was, like, for example, I have a tough time, uh, starting to, for example, like on my days where I want to clean up the house, I have a tough time like just jumping in. I'm like laying in my bed, just like, I'm relaxed. I don't want to do anything. But I think what helps me get things into motion is like pick one thing to do. Like, for me, a few days ago, it was just I cleaned out my car, which is super easy. I just threw out, the plastic bottles, some trash, and I just got everything organized in there, and that kind of set the ball rolling. Because once I was moving, I was like, oh, well, I'm already up, I'm already moving, I'm already, cleaning things. I might as well, do my dishes. I might as well do my laundry. And it kind of just set the ball in motion, to the point where, I got a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do done. And I think that just goes with my main theme of things. It's just like action versus planning. Just do it. And oh, I think that's someone's tagline, but that kind of just came out organically. But yeah, just put into motion the things that you want to do, and just do them. I know that's easier said than done a lot of the times, but it's important. But yeah, that being said, I like where this is going. I'm gonna play this back and listen to it. I think I'm just gonna post this take. I was doing a lot of tests prior to this, so this is take 5. But I it's a little shorter than I wanted to go, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. I already like that I put this in motion. I'm just gonna put it out there. We'll just go from that. I think I'm gonna do weekly. We'll see. Like this kind of, like I said, it's just gonna be organic. We'll see kind of how things kind of roll out. See if there's any traction, and then just go from there. I do have. I'm so wired from my from my coffee from earlier, but I do want to head to the gym. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Um, let's have a great year. 2023, like I said, it's not going to be our greatest year, but it is the stepping stone. I'm calling it right now, and we'll go from there. I'm super excited. Happy New Year again, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.